I mean, obviously, I am just extremely disappointed on what I just saw out of the 76ers tonight. That is now back-to-back games. I gave them the benefit of the doubt against the Atlanta Hawks, but tonight, once again, no effort. You got outcompeted. The other team worked way harder than you. Where's the compete level? Where's the hard work? It just wasn't there. So there's three things that I take a look at in the role of this loss. There's three factors, in my opinion, that have to be noticed. One is Brett Brown. Not one person gets off the hook today when it comes to this loss with the Sixers. Brett Brown was an issue today because one thing I really did not like was the wide open threes. Way too many. It was literally almost every possession. Way too many threes that were wide open, no one near, completely just doing whatever they want to get open at the three-point line. It's just ridiculous how much that actually occurred. Now, people want to blame Brett Brown for a couple other things, like getting the team ready to go. And yeah, there is value in that, but I'm sorry, Brett Brown doesn't have to be waving the pom-poms in the locker room to get Jimmy Butler or to get Joel Embiid or to get J.J. Redick to play the basketball game. These guys are professionals. I don't want to hear it. They're not 7 years old. These guys are legitimate pros, and it's not Brett Brown's job to get them ready to play. They are professional athletes. It's their job. Now, there's a little bit that plays into that to get them prepared, but all around, when you're, when you're a professional athlete, I'm sorry, it's not the coach to get you all rah-rahed up. That is part of your duties as a pro athlete. So, first one, Brett Brown. Second one, execution and effort. J.J. Redick goes 1 of 7 from 3. Right? Not executing. Joel Embiid didn't have the greatest night, and he didn't even speak to the media after because he was so pissed off. He had a lot of turnovers. The execution part of it plays a big factor, and so does just not working. So does having another team outcompete you and just battle way harder than you. The Magic were playing for playoffs. They're playing and battling for that last spot. They're battling for the playoffs. And you could see it just by their work ethic. So execution on the players' part and just not competing is on the players as well. And third, it can't go unnoticed. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. We have enough firepower, but it is a monster game changer. And if you don't see it, you don't know enough. Ben Simmons being out of this game is a monster issue because TJ McConnell, a guy that's supposed to play 10 minutes and be a little spark plug, is playing 30 minutes. Let me ask you, who would you rather play one-on-one in a basketball game? Ben Simmons, where you're going to get dunked on and completely destroyed, or TJ McConnell, where of course you're going to lose because he's an NBA player, but there's a total difference. Not only offensively, but defensively, having JJ and TJ on the floor at the same time for that long, and there's nothing you can really do about it when you're Brett Brown. That's what you have. That's your personnel. So Ben Simmons being off the floor, a walking triple-double almost every night, is a major problem, but they still have enough firepower. It's not an excuse, but I'm just trying to show you how valuable Ben Simmons really is for all the Ben Simmons haters that say, he can't play and he can't shoot. How is he going to be valuable to this team? Well, you saw it tonight. You saw it on display. So those are the three things that bother me. And it really is, it's everything. It's the players, it's the coach, it's the work ethic, it's everything. They did not play, and that's 2 games in a row now coming off of the hot streak of 6 solid W's, and a lot of them coming off of really good teams. Now, are you asking me, am I panicking? No, I'm not panicking. I need to see what happens on Thursday before I panic. I got one more game left in me. If I see effort like this again, we're going to reach a different level. But right now, I'm just trying to breathe and say, yeah, I'm concerned to a very minor degree, but I'm not sitting here and freaking out yet. The loss of Ben Simmons does change a lot, but it's not an excuse. I don't think this is a long-term issue here. I don't think it's a long-term issue. We're in a little bit of a funk, and maybe we're just smelling ourselves a little too much. Let's be real. I don't expect the Sixers. I know it's insanely horrendous to think about, but I don't expect the Sixers to do this again. Get outscored 38-9 and go without a field goal for almost 12 minutes, 11 minutes and 50 seconds without without a field goal. Literally almost a full quarter without a field goal. I don't expect the Sixers to do that often, okay? So, as much as pissed off as I am because I'm just so upset with the way they just looked lackadaisical and didn't give us their full effort. That's the reason why I'm the most pissed off about it, because, we can lose games, but you're battling, you're showing me passion, you're showing me care. The last 2 games, there was none of that, and that's the biggest problem with me. I have one more game left in me before I reach my really pissed off mode. Because if this happens again against the Nets, now I'm going to reach a new level, and that's just reality. But for right now, I'm going to just try and take a couple deep breaths and say, it's okay. We're in a little funk. Let's just figure it the hell out. All right? Let's just figure it the hell out. So, some things that happened here on the positive side, there were 2. Shake Milton, and I always thought he's a nice little player in regards to this season. I don't think it's anything that is possible. I could be wrong, but I just think it's too late, and we already have our rhythm and our flow with the bench and our rotations. But I like Shake Milton. I think he showed us something before, and it was nice to see him drop 13 points in 6 of 8 when it comes to shooting from the field. And Zaire Smith got his first couple minutes. He knocked down his first 3, and after the game, he got interviewed, and he said, as soon as I hit it, they said, congratulations, go get the towels, because he's a rookie. I thought that was pretty funny. The media was laughing and all, but good for him to come in and knock down a shot. I hate how Serena Winters was saying, how did it feel to, get your first NBA game? And he played like 3 minutes in garbage time. I don't know if I would consider that a legitimate game of playing. But that's the only positives out of that. Because other than that, you score 98 points. You allow 119. That's really disgraceful. Mike Scott leaves the game with a lower back soreness, lower back tightness. I don't expect that to be anything too major. Obviously, James Ennis did not play as well on top of Ben Simmons. He was out with an injury. Just really disappointing. And another thing on Brett Brown, a lot of people are a little disappointed that Joel Embiid, with a lot of fouls, kind of waved off Brett, and Brett allowed that to happen. He's a superstar. You trust your superstars. That's why Brett Brown is known in this league as a player's coach, because he trusts his players, right? That's part of his things. He's not the best X's and O's coach, but what I look at him as value is keeping these superstars happy and letting them be them and playing with their personality. You trust your superstars in this league. If LeBron James, and I'm not saying Joel Embiid is LeBron James, but if LeBron James says, Coach, I'm playing, what do? You let him play. You let your stars play. So that doesn't bother me. The thing that bothers me the most out of Brett Brown today was just that defense and how much we're allowing those 3-pointers to get open like that. But you can't not factor in that Ben Simmons being off the floor for almost 30-plus minutes of a basketball game changes a lot defensively. Now, we've seen this team allow a lot of wide open threes as of late, so I can't sit here and say that's the only reason, but that is a factor. TJ and JJ on the floor, they just get exposed. But that's the personnel that we had today. So there's only so much you can do. I am blaming Brett. I am blaming the players. I am. It goes on everyone, turning the basketball over. We did such a great job of holding on to the ball and doing a wonderful job of keeping possession, not letting the other team score off those turnovers. Well, now we turn the ball over 15 times. We allow 23 points, and the game just kind of got blown out of proportion from there. We were actually up at the half, even though they had more shots than us, because we turned the ball over. We had 8 turnovers at half, allowing 10 points. We were up 3. Now, you take away those turnovers, and we're up a lot more. We were shooting 61% from the field. The first half there, we were solid as long as you just knock down the turnovers. And then that third quarter, we were up. We were literally up in that third quarter before that 39-8 run, before that 12-minute essentially a 12-minute drought with 0 field goals. That's almost unthinkable. You can't imagine that to actually happen again with this team. It's just really disappointing, though, at the end of the day. There's no excuses for it, because the biggest factor involved in this was not giving us 100%. It's being lackadaisical, not being prepared to play the basketball game. And that has to go on the players, like I said. And I'm not trying to sit here and defend Brett Brown, but when you're in the NBA, there's only so much hype you can give as a coach. That's why you pay these players. You think Brett Brown's the difference of Jimmy Butler being ready to play a basketball game or not? Really? Jimmy Butler, the guy with the dog mentality? No. No. There's only so much a coach can really do. This team, player-wise, internally and player-wise, I don't know if they're just going through the motions because they think that we're in a playoff spot. Reality check, though, that third seed isn't locked up. And reality check, we have a Brooklyn Nets team that we might be seeing in the first round coming into, the Wells Fargo Center on Thursday. Let me make sure that is a home game. It is on Thursday. So that's reality. Let me know your thoughts down below on this, but no one gets a pass. No one gets a pass. Let me make that clear. I'm upset with Brett. I'm upset with the players. I'm upset with just how they didn't work hard enough. But there's also other things to factor in. No Ben Simmons is a big, big, big factor. We still should have won, but it's a big factor. There's only so much a coach can do to inspire a group of professional basketball players. There's only so much you can do. Let me know your thoughts down below, but I'm clearly frustrated.